Genshin's a song. Dissipate! The show begins! Busted. Strike a pose. Receive my blessing. Here comes the cash. Out of my way! Let mine an echoing song! Lay the cross on the world. You poor lost one. Easy money. Take it easy. Take it easy.
treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding. This blinding sunlight is such a...
Oh, it's been a few days and still no news. If only he was gone.
Hello! You must be the traveler... Mr. Flynn...
The Wild Hunt? Oh, uh-oh. Come on, let's go!
Take it easy. I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This
Looks like his appetite truly isn't...
He's not serious.
Ah, everyone's here already.
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to... But it's like he just vanished into... That is, until...
And we're sure that who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like...
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon.
There wasn't a shred of sanity.
Yeah, didn't... Oh.
Last time we fought, we were already at a
Yeah, if I were him, unless...
The other thing is... How does some...
Beats me.
According to certain medical
There are many on it besides his...
Exactly. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still...
So, if we do... Last time we...
Well... Somewhere like the eye...
a perfectly
I agree. We should...
Wait, why?
If I recall correct...
That's right. Yes.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But... And if we do...
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting.
Agreed.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go.
Any leads?
Nope. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate...
So, you guys didn't find anything?
Not loving the word.
I questioned a few, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either
He's been biding his...
All we can do... Wait, he's actually here?
No. Silver Moon Hall! The Lady Kutar might be in danger!
Let's get over there! Quick! Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out!
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
That was too close!
We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so...
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional...
I have a... When me and Anetha showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. We weren't there for the whole...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kutar, can you shed any light?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see.
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks...
There are many reasons why people might... I've never met that person before. But there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But, right now, devising a counter-strategy...
A counter-strategy? We don't stand a chance against an... Surely, Arrow... No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehuda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you'll have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one A coyote doesn't stop for bypass. What is it? The Frost Moon...
We can't just run.
Yeah. Besides, she'd pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Muskutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scion so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the Moon Goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake, cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
With one heart, we pray. Lush as the moonlight.
Chew on this!
Defensive mode engaged.
Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's house to escape! This goes on much longer.
The long sleep beckons. Be silent. Observe. Do you feel the dark?
For the everlasting forest. Lush as the moonlight.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Alternating protocol.
Close your eyes. Observe. Night falls. Beware the creatures of the night.
One heart, we pray.
Machine gun glitter bomb!
Defensive mode engaged. Annihilation mode.
Close your eyes. Be silent. The night comes.
For the everlasting forest.
Preparing for dust up.
Leave this place.
Observe.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew.
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network. AKA, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable... Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you...
Yep. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as... So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed. maybe I'm part of the...
Note to self.
Guess it's my turn now.
It's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, that's a lot to take.
I'm truly... You stood with us.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan and to be... But now that a new...
A new Veer...
That's sad. Well, I know as...
You mean about our
That's right. I don't know who or what could...
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log.
Oh.
Another dead end. Still, your intel also... But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a... I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, but is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So...
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to... First, we need to figure out how to take down Rarir. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The Iridescent Moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to...
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things.
According to my analysis,
I know a way, but... we will need to visit...
To experiment?
Yes.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted.
Then that's settled. As you saw for yourselves, people's obsessed... The Wild Hunt is plagued...
It's true. If Kuta...
But where will we...
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstaking.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business.
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived. Since his failed ambush, we can't do this.
Wait a sec. Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius'...
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help?
Allow me to introduce...
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble. Well...
So you're just...
Why should I...
What if we told...
Oh?
I can't put up... If you
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're...
Boss. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rarir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be... If there's any...
This is why you have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yeah, Flynn's. That fragment that...
Of course.
Let me borrow it.
Wait!
Shh. This is top secret.
I get it. And that brings me to the 3rd and final item. I'm in for this part.
Count me in.
Come off it! I'm way ahead of you here. And Neffa did a scan of them. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoy.
I like it.
No biggie.
All right, then. Once your team has finished...
Lady Damsel, we've been doing our best to mine.
We're not looking for...
Do I need to out of consider?
Let them in.
But
Are you going to?
no.
Sandrones.
So tell me, actually, before you answer,
I promise it's...
it seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the...
I'd like to speak with...
What? Huh? You mean...
I'd like to...
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed...
Rerier is hunting. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding.
Have you held any tea
parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever.
I bet you...
First, Rosaline.
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm? Oh, yeah. And... well, I guess have Febronia pass
along a message for me.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your bright... Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just enough. I just got tired, that's all. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as... The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. I get why you... But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths... Huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the wild...
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area! I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped... Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as... Don't tell me what to do! Look. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea...
I know.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where we left. It's your wild hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful... Finally, the Ranger himself. Time to... Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Polonia, get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you...
Curse it. Moon, go. Keep searching. She cannot have...
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frostmoon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rarir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Eh? Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Quit grabbing me. I genuinely can't run any further.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See,
Dory-san.
if you want to make it big, it was back when, and wouldn't you know it, I've been giving her, plus any other friends you send my way, will enjoy 10% off. Huh, what can I say? The great Lord So...
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful... If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 Mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Hi, River. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I'll test it out. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. Joseph asked for, but if he...
The Lindis.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's...
Grain has to be that would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is. He really is, despite what he's become. Did Rary rip it out?
Before I met you, I was the burial place. It was you.
This is just trivial. The burial...
Rerir!
Dane!
Hello there, Rerir. He doesn't get that much. So, come on. I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you...
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more a member of the king.
Of course he does.
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Fed?
It's nothing.
Vedifulnir, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being... Aw, why?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifulnir showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr.
He...
So, we're nobody, I'm sure? You worry too much, Rerir. Like I said...
All right. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifulnir and Dainslift, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea, the opposition, a man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he... Felindis? It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Rerir. I can feel your warmth just seeing... That's better. Getting caught up about things like...
You go ahead.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get...
Seriously, though, you drive a hard bar...
Well, that goes without saying. Besides, they're too...
All right. Wait.
It seems like he clearly does. Let's dig a...
Our last operation was a resounding success.
After all these years...
Indeed, Conria has...
Many of its secrets...
You still haven't told...
Where would I even... How do you tell someone...
You didn't choose that...
But I'll sure as heck... Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous. Someone...
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years. Take care.
Thanks, Thorkel. Felindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie. But that's exactly why the Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Could that be what? I have to get it clear.
Rerir seems to be Vedifulnir. I've investigated. Should I try?
he's lit. Are you waiting for...
Oh, sure.
Thank you. I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eye. May we have a word?
Who are you?
It doesn't matter. Not long ago. The Ray here.
Sorry.
Wait. His name is Rary.
What?
A cruel liar.
Why?
Simple.
How strange. Rarier couldn't... Why would her ceremony won't...
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rarir's fragment to spy?
Any more quests?
I got it.
I'm just as curious. Luckily, we managed.
So far, so... Especially the group.
If you're worried...
If I know boss. They might not have seen us yet. Oh, that's... If they spot us, they'll run. They've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. They might not have seen us. That's never... If they spot us, they'll run. Guess you're right. All right. Time to zip it. They've been prowling around for nearly 2 days. They might not have seen us yet, but that's never good. If they spot us, they'll run straight. Guess you're right. All right. Time to zip it. They've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. They might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked. That's never gonna work. One little slip up and it's game over. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rare. And once he knows we're... guess you're right. All right. Time to zip it. They might not have seen us. That's never... Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never. Freedom comes at a.
It's our...
Hello again,
It's been a while.
Stupid. He sure doesn't pull it.
Excuse me, do you?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandra.
Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my... Nearly every machine that Catgirl touches ends up going haywire.
You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still...
It's a relief to see you all made it back.
Huh?
I returned ahead of...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her.
I see. But first, who do we...
Greetings.
Surely it can't be.
Those
You're well informed.
Fatui.
The atmosphere in here.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon...
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt. Miss, things don't all... Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's what...
Forgive me. We have our own way.
I know there's been a lot. That's why I'm here, as a gesture of good faith. I'll be frank. I can help. Anyway, what else is on the agenda?
She says she'll be frank, then completely... But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle... the dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the
To my knowledge, long ago, but one day.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon, in those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, what's the matter?
Verifony, Granddaughter, Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancée of his? Do we know anything about her?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Thelindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conorians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian... Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the captain!
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant...
All right, then. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out.
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up with the boss.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
Alright then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Our reinforcements should be here any minute now. Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed.
We're back. Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help. I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsfartnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get...
Here, this will serve as a good spot.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you?
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious? Isn't you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient Conria?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my... What's more, whenever... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became a harbinger, the Jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations, over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told...
Yes.
Oh, sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the iridescent moon that you're unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Carians used to worship was actually the iridescent moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters. Does that mean that the Carians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letters, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself...
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Parenheri, also known as Leobranto Inamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally... The adults, the book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled.
That explains...
There's no...
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds, those burned away. In short, I can open... The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep... Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do...
Right.
I sense a sinister... I feel that I am about to meet an old... Hit?
Hey! Look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot! Is that the abyss?
What a tragic sight.
Careful! There's some... By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Take it easy.
Gotcha. Our bond is strong.
Forest,
How brilliant!
quietly now. Receive my blessing.
Huh? Huh? For real? That's...
No. I'm not. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see... Ah! There's some kind of weird... Wait, see that? Looks like... Looks like a device from the time of Conria. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that! Do you think these mechanisms...
Thalindis, we'll leave the rest.
I hope this isn't ruining... Thalindis? Is that Rare's girl? Oh, yeah!
The abyss has. Maybe that's what.
Whenever I see the waning moon, for me,
Stand with me.
Oh, looks like the abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Our bond is strong!
Game's up.
Yoo-hoo!
By the frost moon hold. You poor lost lamb. Take it easy.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, if really...
Stand with me!
Take cover behind the rock!
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Revier, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. If only I could get my hand...
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Olympus's
It must be.
And there's no time to look...
The show begins!
These things are so creepy! Oh, looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow! That must be the iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
For the everlasting forest.
Our bond is strong!
Take it easy.
Stand with me!
Take it easy. Receive my blessing. Branch into song. Here comes the cash. Quietly now.
We're so close!
With one heart, we pray. Gotcha.
Let my name echo in song!
Receive my...
Our bond is strong! Out of my way! Ah! The show begins!
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over. For the everlasting forest. Branch into song.
Dissipate! How brilliant!
Quietly now.
The iridescent moon's marrow, still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. It has taken on a new form. If we can purify the abyssal power within,
So... Is it you?
Huh?
At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come,
I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? You look so puzzled, but trust me when I say...
What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the... It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But none of us have ever met her before.
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once... For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too...
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow. Alright. Time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The Abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart!
Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise.
Hey,
What are you waiting for?
Oh, wait, was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino. Paimon can't believe you'd make a sacrifice like this for us.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbina.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more bright.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
I'm fine. Our powers are...
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned. At least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Ray. Just one more ray of moonlight. It's okay.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The Rahier of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze. But now, you're full of vitality. Frost Moon, once the bright... You are.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Revier.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you Kutar, the Moon Maiden, We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. All right. I appreciate...
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength, and that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.